Good morning, Mr. Speaker. Over the last 3 years, I thank my honourable friend for his question. Over the last 3 years, £24 million of capital investment has been provided from Network Rail at Kettering Station, with £1.13 million provided by East Midlands Railway.
Mr. Speaker, could I thank the Rail Minister for visiting Kettering Railway Station in May to see all the improvements that have been made, and ask him how many permanent jobs have been created by this investment, and when he expects the historic canopy renovation works to be completed?
Minister.
I thank my honourable friend for that question, my friend and neighbour for that question, and for allowing me to visit this wonderful railway station in his constituency. Network Rail's canopy works, and the canopy is truly beautiful, Mr. Speaker, are planned for completion by the end of November this year. And Network works at Kettering, including the mainline route enhancements, have created 16 jobs, whilst East Midlands Railway have created 70 jobs there.
Question number 11, Mr. Speaker.
Minister.
Thank the Honourable Lady for her question, and there is a consultation that she well knows about at this point in time, and I'm told that South Western Railway intend to provide 93% of its pre-COVID capacity should that consultation be agreed to, and I continue to monitor that situation.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The Minister will be aware of the central role Derby's played in the history of British rail transport. Derby's also invested in the future of the industry, with local businesses helping to develop the UK's first hydrogen trains. Would the Minister agree with me that this combination of pedigree and potential will make Derby an excellent location for the new headquarters of Great British Railways?
The Honourable Lady knows my affection for Derby. I represented it for 10 years in the European Parliament, and she's right that Derby has played an important role in the history of rail in this country, and I've heard her sales pitch this time and previous times loud and clear, but I have to say the location of its headquarters will be considered, GBR's headquarters will be considered in due course.
Peter Alders.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. The restoration of the through rail service from Lowestoft to Liverpool Street is vital to levelling up and improving accessibility to the Waveney area. Whilst it is a requirement of Greater Anglia's current franchise, it has not yet been delivered, and I'll be grateful if my honourable friend can confirm that it is a priority for Great British Railways.
I thank my honourable friend for his question. The current timetable structure and track capacity on the Great Eastern Line south of Ipswich has not allowed any new direct services to be implemented to Liverpool Street at this time. I'm aware of this problem, and my officials have asked Greater Anglia to continue to see if there might be opportunities to introduce direct services between Liverpool Street and Lowestoft, as I recognise very much the importance of this direct service.
Luke Fletcher.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Coventry City Council is leading the development of a groundbreaking very light rail system that will offer small and medium-sized cities like Coventry an affordable tram system. Will the Minister pledge support to securing funding for the prototype route in Coventry and ongoing development of the concept to enable full autonomous operation? And will he commit to a review of the legislation governing the installation and operation of very light rail to enable a rapid rollout of systems across the country?
Minister.
I thank the Honourable Lady for her question. As she knows, I'm very fond of her city being very nearby to the constituency I represent. I don't know much about this particular project, so I'd be very willing to meet with her to go through it and see how we can take things forward.
Michael Fabrica.
My honourable friend will know that there is a bid in at the moment for the shovel-ready scheme to convert the freight-only railway line from Lichfield to Burton into a regular passenger service, and it's backed in a personal capacity by his fellow minister, the Roads Minister, my honourable friend for Burton, and most importantly of all, the West Midlands Mayor, because of the connectivity. It'll be driven, by the way, by a hydrogen power locomotive, if it's given the go-ahead. Will my honourable friend come up to Lichfield to see for himself how vital this rail service will be?
Minister. Yes.
Well, in his normal, shy and retiring way, my honourable friend has given me an invitation that I simply cannot refuse, and he knows that we have received the bid for the restoration of passenger services between Lichfield and other places in round 3 of the Restoring Your Railways Ideas Fund, and I very much look forward to my forthcoming visit.
Kirsten Osman.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
The Williams Review proposed the consolidation of funding streams for accessibility improvements at railway stations to Great British Railways. And that's an issue that's been raised with me by local groups including Disability Action, East Renfrewshire and Clarkson Community Council. But to date there's been no detail on this or how the current arrangements where Transport Scotland bid for improvement cash from the DfT will be improved under GBR. So will the Minister commit to providing the detail on this funding and help make our stations accessible for everyone?
Minister.
Yeah, I thank the Honourable Lady for a very good question. And yes, as I mentioned earlier, Great British Railways is in its formative stages, but I will happily work with her to and the accessibility groups that she mentions, so that any new systems that come forward, we can help guide people through.
William Wright.
Friend, the estimable Rail Minister, the antidote to Dr Beeching, is doing sterling work with the Restoring Your Railway schemes. I wonder if he could provide an update on the bid to reconnect Rosehill, Marple, Romilly and Bredbury with Stockport. This is a cross-party effort with such diverse support from myself, the Honourable Gentleman Member for Denton and Reddish and the Honourable Gentleman Member for Stockport, and indeed the Right Honourable Lady, for Ashton-under-Lyne.
Minister.
Antidotes and doctors. Based on his question to one of my honourable friends yesterday, I wasn't sure he was keen on vaccines that much. Or vaccine passports at least. Obviously, I'm very, very aware of my honourable friend's bid for the Ashton to Stockport line, including the Rosehill connection, which is in the round 3 of Restoring Your Railways Ideas Fund. He has very kindly given me a lot of information about this bid, and I've met with him and the other proponents of it, and I promise him that we are assessing the bids and expect to announce outcomes very, very shortly.
Chris Black. I want to bring the